stream.
Okay, I think everything is good.
Are you guys ready to? Are you guys ready to return to 2016?
Oh hell yeah, we're so ready to return to
The
2016.
last few things were actually kind of
We are
okay.
so back.
Hell yeah. Hey guys,
Yeah, we're
Surf and I
so
here. We're gonna go back to 2016 with this video, like we said. Let's
We
get
are
into it.
so back.
And my KMS
This is the grade A under A's roast coverage of the election, his roast on Kamala Harris.
If you can call it that.
That's right, we're back in time to the first Thanksgiving to get turkey off the...
Oh, huh?
Oh yeah, we're going back in time to the first Ninjago.
Oh.
Mate, the US
grew up a
elections
middle
are
class.
well underway, and it's
Oh
Trump
my
versus
God.
Kamala for the
Was
position
real
of
quick.
president in 2024. But
Oh,
there are
what?
voters who are still
This motherfucker used the alert theme from Metal Gear 2 for his transition. I cannot forgive him already. I fucking hate this guy.
Oh,
I love
God.
Metal
She
Gear
Right.
2.
So
but
I
holy
thought I'd
shit.
help out with a quick guide covering both candidates and looking at what they've each proposed and taking the picture of them too, so you can decide who's better. So mate, here's Grade A's guide to the 2024 US elections.
I can already tell we're in.
Okay, so I'm going to go through each candidate one by one, right? And take the piss out of them as much as I can and talk about their policies and them as people overall. Because that's what matters after all. And the points that I make are going to get more and more harder hitting
Yeah,
the
right.
further into the video we go. All right? And I'm going to start with Kamala and then I'll go into Trump, right? Go in alphabetical order. Sounds good? All right, let's
Yeah,
go.
ladies first.
This yeah.
Okay, so I
bitches
want to
For
start
how
with
first.
something
chivalrous.
quite interesting that I'm
Oh,
sure everyone's
yeah.
noticed about Kamala,
Oh my
right?
god.
You barely see her
Sluts first.
anywhere. Like Trump is doing rallies and interviews and
Nuggets
speeches
first.
and appearances and podcasts out the arse,
I
right?
need
And
subtitles
Kamala is
better.
just hiding away.
Go shut up and turn on subtitles.
Well, that's not entirely true. What he just said,
What?
but I don't think she was hiding. I think that's a little bit hyperbolic.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't she pretty
Comparison.
active for
Yeah.
the build up to the
She wasn't
election?
in the media. I'll admit that much.
Yeah, I think that must be what he's
that makes
kind of
sense.
referring
Because
to
he probably only gives a
dishonestly.
shit about them, like whatever. He probably has obviously has
Well,
a very surface level
he
note
can-
in politics.
Yeah.
Until
Yeah.
At
she
least
gets
I actually
nominated.
did something that he couldn't do, called research.
Yeah.
Wow, I've never heard of that.
Oh, holy shit, guys! Did you know, guys? Did you know you can look into things on a much deeper level to learn more about it to then make your opinion on something?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What?
No, we have this.
What?
And hell, ever
Oh
since
my
the late '80s, we had this thing called I don't know, the internet, which
Yeah.
grants you all of the information and knowledge
Oh god. My brain is
in just a
exploding.
single computer or phone.
Yeah, this is crazy shit.
Insane, bro.
Like, have you guys
Yeah,
ever heard that phrase?
I guess maybe
It's
that's
better to be silent and be thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. Yeah, that's basically her campaign slogan. Trump's out here doing as many appearances and rallies as possible, right? So he can share his
Oh my
policies
God,
and
he's giving
views
Trump-
for where he wants
He's
to take
already
the country to
meat-riding
as
him.
many
That
people
Hawk
as possible.
Tuah.
And Kamala
Yeah, oh my
isn't.
god,
She's nowhere to be seen. Probably because she doesn't know what her policies
Okay,
and views for the
sorry.
country are herself. Hey, do you know what, right?
Yeah.
Let me ask her. Hey, Kamala, what are your policies?
I grew up a middle-class kid.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
What single out of
Yeah,
context line?
because that's all she ever says apparently.
That's pretty.
You know, she doesn't
disingenuous.
like support union workers or actually talk about like genuinely like good solutions to help the economy, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
No, all she ever
I
says
think
is
this
just
guy might
work
have
in a
just
middle
fallen
class
out of
household.
country.
Oh, I wonder
I
what
think
she
he might
lies
have just-
about. Hold on.
Now,
Oh boy.
Okay,
If-
so I want to start with a few things about Kamala that all potential voters should know about her. One, she lies. A lot. Like, for example, right? She said she worked
Okay.
at McDonald's.
I worked at McDonald's. I was a student when I was working at McDonald's.
She now
But she
proudly said
did,
that
though,
she's
right?
black, but
Didn't
she
she?
used to fully present as Indian.
I stand before you as the first candidate for
Is this
Vice
really the
President
level
of
Trump doesn't know what a
Southeast
mixed
Asian
race
descent.
is.
She
What?
puts
I said, is this really the level of discourse that we're dealing with?
Yeah,
Oh my
okay.
God.
Yes.
The reason why even provide proof that she was lying about working at McDonald's.
It's it
I
pull
feel like when we
bullshit.
get to the Trump section, it's going to be like, he said that his dick was 3 inches, but it's actually 8 inches.
Yeah.
No, and like yeah, that's a good point. Does he even have any proof that she didn't work at
And that's
McDonald's?
what it
Like,
looks like, flaccid.
Yeah.
oh, by the
Sorry.
way, this is exactly like we're basically back to 2016 because this is basically exactly what he said about Hillary Clinton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back
Yeah,
then,
this
like
is-
exactly.
I mean, I know that I call this lefty junk food, but this is I don't even know. I don't even know what to call this. Like,
This is
Right,
worse
boy,
than
junk
junk
food.
food. This is like
yeah,
fairground
this
food.
is
Eh?
like, yeah, this is like
Chud
one of those
dude,
like
chud
Starbucks drinks that is like worth like 4,000 calories.
No,
That's
no,
what
this
this
is
is.
fucking-
yeah. This is the content equivalent of
This
like
is
deep
food
fried
waste.
butter. Eh?
No, more like this is
It's like
the kind of
freaking
shit that you'd find in a food bin. Like this
So
is all
why
like
did he
the
take-
rotten like flesh and like fucking and like expired like fucking packaged foods and all the audience are just like the fucking rats eating out of it.
This is the gas.
By the way-
this is the gas station sushi of content.
So this is
This
the
is-
jar
oh,
that all the chuds jerking each other off come into. That,
By the way, this
This
is
is what it
exactly the
is.
That's
same.
insulting to gas station sushi.
This is exactly the same thing that happened with Sargon of Akkad, where Sargon of Akkad used to be more of like, well, I'm a centrist, but I lean right, and then Sargon is basically just a far-right ethno-nationalist very shortly after that. This guy, back in 2016, was making most of these same arguments, but he was positioning it like, well, I think both the left and the right are bad, but you're going to see that GradeAUnderA isn't saying that anymore. Like, he's just full-on, like dick-riding Trump, basically.
Yeah.
there's a fascist
Yeah,
who
for
thinks
audience
it's a dirty
reference,
word.
this is the first time I've ever seen anything by this guy, and I can already tell that he's a total Trump dick rider.
Yeah, no, I saw a guy talk about him, and I saw a clip of one of his videos where he just made the I identify as an attack helicopter joke.
It's so
Yeah,
sad
that's
because
all
he's
right.
really a dick to
I've heard
ride.
that one before.
Oh,
That's
God.
so original.
Yeah, never
Yeah.
heard that
Fake
one.
accents to seem more
R/1
relatable.
joke.
You all helped us win in 2020, and we're gonna do it again in 2024.
And recently, she kind of implied that she's a mother.
I've made many mistakes. If you've ever parented a child, you know you make lots of mistakes.
When in fact she has
But she
no
is a
children.
mother.
Lie, lie,
That's
lie,
like
lie.
that-
I'm
that's
sorry,
not
right?
all.
These
Okay,
are all
so
fact-
so there is never any reason why this one is a lie. Eh?
Yeah, no.
Bruh. She
Okay,
has stepchildren though.
And with the accent thing, like I always I used to believe that about Hillary Clinton, but you know, now that I've started living in Illinois, you know, I used to live in the South. Like this is something that just naturally happens. Like sometimes people just code switch. You know what I mean? Like I don't know that that's necessarily disingenuous. It could be.
Talk like homeless people all the time.
What?
I used to be homeless, and I would like switch up the way I talked all the time. It was a total thing that just happens.
Yeah, it could be that. I mean, it could be disingenuous. I mean, I don't think Kamala Harris is perfect or nothing. You know what I mean? But
It's
I
a
mean,
I mean,
better
the-
than Trump.
yeah,
He's
obviously,
also
yeah. But he
Yeah,
wants to
he
claim the
did
opposite, though.
Code switch, right? Like, despite the accent part, like people just code switch in general. Like it's not that uncommon. Like everyone does it.
But what about now?
Yeah.
The thing about the mother did seem a little weird to me. Is there some explanation for that he's leaving out, or?
Probably
he
that
doesn't
he's a
consider
gooner
real
that doesn't
moms.
want to admit he watches stepmom porn. That's probably what it is.
I think stepmothers aren't real
agree.
mothers.
Yeah.
I mean, because like keep in
Mhm.
mind, you know, there are things that Kamala Harris probably believes that aren't true or whatever, or did that weren't great. But like, you know, what he's trying to do is say, well, Trump is better, and so he has an even bigger burden of proof than just a lefty who might have some criticisms for Kamala Harris.
Absolutely.
You know, so I don't know. We might end up agreeing with something he says, but it's going to be more like, well, but what about Trump? You know?
Yeah.
Right.
He
in
lies
front
all
of
the
our
fucking
face.
time,
But
you
of
know?
all the lies she told, right? The biggest one she's ever told. She said that Joe Biden was mentally all day.
Let me say that our president, his
He is.
ability to
God.
understand complex issues in a way that no one else can, to make smart and important decisions, and Joe Biden delivers.
You consider
Oh,
him
Bro,
yeah,
cut to
they-
Trump saying they're eating the cats,
Okay,
they're
yeah.
eating the
Someone-
dogs. Like, bro,
Before.
How much
Yeah.
you want to bet? How much you
Also,
want to
isn't
bet
this
grade A?
hang on a sec, real quick. Wait, I want to say something. Isn't this the same guy who like wants to meet right the same person who said that the best way to control border security is building a fucking wall around Mexico,
Yeah,
so fucking
well, the
stupid.
border to be
guys.
exact.
How much do you want to bet he's gonna use one of the only 2 clips they have to make him look senile?
Oh, we should make a
I
bingo
guarantee
card.
they'll use the falling down the stairs bit.
Can we do a bingo?
Yeah. Do we have time to set that up?
I don't think.
Let's just do like a short thing, like a like
That
like
might be what we want.
what's everybody's bets on something he's gonna do?
He's gonna use like the clips where Biden's stuttering.
Clips of
Yeah.
Biden stuttering.
He's
let's-
gonna like cherry pick moments of Trump
Hmm.
looking like a fucking Giga Chad.
absolutely.
Sorry,
Looking like a
Giga
Giga
Even though
Chad.
he's like more senile than
He's gonna take that
you know,
one
Trump
clip,
is more senile
that
than
one clip,
Biden.
which was like Joe Biden going to address a guy who just like like kind of a paratrooper or like someone who just dived in with a parachute, and he's like going to address that guy who just fucking dived in, but they cut that guy out so it looks like Biden's just wandering off.
Clip
You know
of
what I'm
Biden
talking about?
wandering off from parachuter.
Yeah.
And then, what are your bets, Cammy? What's he gonna do?
Oh man, I think that he's gonna poison our water supply, burn our crops, and undermine our elections.
Oh, probably.
GradeAUnderA might say.
And send a
He's probably
plague
gonna
on this
claim that the
whole
Democrats are gonna that
Send a
Kamala
plague.
Harris is bad for the economy or something.
Also, wait, let me just say, I love how his little avatar thing has a Habsburg jaw. This inbred
Yeah.
fuck.
This is
Mentally
what
Maybe
English
maybe
people
he
are
thought like
Oh my god.
No, except
Maybe-
you,
maybe he
Alex
thought like
you're the good ones.
Yeah.
You're one of the
I
good
mean,
ones.
Galaxy Bomb is one of the good
I'm
ones.
putting my
Yeah.
bets.
Present
I'm
company,
putting
not
hard bets.
included, English people.
Go ahead, Rash.
technically my background's more Irish, but yeah.
You're the diversity hire.
Yeah, you're the DEI.
Okay, Cammy, what were you
Yeah,
gonna say?
I'm everyone's favorite brigger. That's me.
Cammy, what were you gonna say? Clips of Biden stuttering. Who said clips of Biden stuttering, by the way?
Mia.
Okay, that's Serpent and cherry pick moments of Trump looking like a Giga Chad. Was that Ashroom?
I
No,
don't
that
think
was
that
me.
was. Yeah.
No, get those
was-
lights off. Get them off.
Yeah, he's gonna I have a feeling he's gonna bring up the picture of like that picture of Trump behind the American flag, like after he got shot.
I just think he's gonna take like clips of Biden either stuttering or long pausing and just like cutting out any sort of dialogue that or speech that he would offer.
Yeah.
Biden pausing.
Yeah. Like I said, take clips out of take clips that were kind of heavily cropped to remove any context. Like the one.
Yeah.
Well, he's already been doing that.
Yeah.
He's already been doing that. So
Yeah, but
you
he'll do
already
it
won on
more.
that one.
Yeah, good point.
Because I mean, he was like, I don't even know the context behind her saying she's middle class. Like what? Like I don't know. A lot of people were. So what? I don't know.
Yeah, like
All right. You ready
I
to
have a feeling
continue?
that the cherry pick.
Well, okay.
like,
So
the
let me
right
post
is
this. Let me
trying to
post this in the
outline-
general chat here.
I'll put it up
And I'm
on
gonna
screen
scratch
when I
these out
edit
as
this
we-
section.
So I have these in the chat, so I'm gonna scratch them out when we see them. So my bets are on Big Red appearing in this video. That's my
no.
bet.
I don't know. I
Hold
think
on,
that
I
might be a
didn't-
little dated, but it's possible.
But I didn't.
No,
put
it's
the-
not. No, he already did it in the other video. Just a spoiler. But
Oh,
he
I-
already
Dated
he's-
memes. Okay.
he
Wait, I didn't
literally
do the
still
thing.
uses Big Red.
I
Yeah.
have a
So
feeling he's gonna use even better.
Right,
He's
still.
gonna use Big Red, but he's also gonna use this
Like,
image.
I was
Let me bring it up.
If we ever like
he's
all get into a call doing a synthetic man video, we've got like, especially on a video game, like if we ever do like we all cover like more of this Fallout videos, we need to have a video card for one with JQing, having a Gooner mod installed, mentioning Tyrone, just mentioning the black guy cucking white people, saying something pedophilic.
Hang on, I'm just putting this in the side chat. Raid's gonna use this image in the video.
All right,
I have a
let's
feeling
see.
he will. He's gonna use this meme.
Oh
use
yeah,
this
that one
cherry
too.
pick
That yeah,
screenshot.
he probably. I mean, he used both of those in the Trump video. So, all right, let's see. I don't even know what's that one
Sorry, Cammy, what
called.
was that?
Okay, we
So
ready?
that screenshot is a good example of cherry picking.
We ready to
Yeah,
continue?
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, not exactly something that fills you with confidence, is it? Like, mate, if you lie about this kind of random shit, right, how can you really tell when she's telling the truth? 2,
None of
she
those are
flip-flops.
lies.
Oh my god, man. Flip-flops out of the arse. Like, at one point, right, Kamala wanted to defund the police. She initially said the border was safe and secure. Something about healthcare for everyone, right? I forget what it was. Fracking and a mandatory
When did she
semi-automatic
ever
rifle
say
ban.
she
never
wanted
said
to
These are
defund the
all
police?
positions that she
I
held
wish
very
she
strongly
said
at one
she
point,
never said
but
that.
has
Yeah.
since changed her mind. All things she lies about, who knows? But most fucking surprisingly, to me anyways, right? After 8 years of insisting with full confidence that Trump's wall was a shit, racist, and ineffective idea, right? Recently at the CNN town hall,
Because it is.
she said,
Under Donald Trump, you criticized the wall more than 50 times. You called it stupid, useless, and a medieval vanity project. Is a border wall stupid?
I am not afraid of good ideas where they occur.
So you don't think it's stupid anymore?
what? She admitted that Trump's wall was a
Cherry
good
picking.
idea.
Yeah,
They just picked it off. Oh my god.
You just completely
fucking
cut
worrying
out
is that? Like,
the
Jesus
rest of,
Christ,
like,
man, how
that.
mentally
people
slow
actually
are you?
watch
If
the
it takes you
Star Runner
8
looking
fucking
at-
years to realize
Pause
that a
it.
good idea
What'd you
is
say?
I said, do people
well-
actually watch this Homestar Runner sounding ass?
Yes, they do, and I used to. So I
Yeah.
used to when I was more conservative. Yeah.
It's
I
long
used
for
to
the
watch
Trumps.
like no bullshit, so like I understand a little bit, but
holy
like,
shit.
this
I
guy
used to watch Optimus, so I
Okay.
understand.
Yeah.
Yo,
I mean, basically the
so bullshit
hard to
is
listen to.
wild.
We
The-
had
the-
covered no
the-
bullshit at some point.
Oh god.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
we
we
got
got
it.
to
It was a
watch
video
I have a
game.
lot I want to say.
Paul Joseph Watson and,
Okay, we're talking
and
over each
Black
other,
Guy
guys.
before
Sorry.
Sorry.
You go first, Cammy.
I just said if we got to cover no bullshit at some time. I have a lot I want to say.
Yeah.
Well,
Can't wait.
yeah. Then the things that he said about the border, like I don't know those things. Didn't she end up? I think he might be right about this. Didn't she end up getting tougher on the border like later in her rhetoric or something?
Yeah.
But that was
Yeah,
the Democrats
unfortunately,
as a
she did
whole,
kind
though.
of cave on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna bite my tongue on that one. I think he might be right on this.
Yeah.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And believe me, this guy broken
I love how they got how like Biden proposing enforcing security at the border got the Republicans to shoot it down because they didn't want Trump to look bad.
Yeah.
it's a good idea.
Yeah, because her stance on
Voting for you is probably.
Sorry, what were you saying?
her stance on weed flipped too. By the way, that she wanted to legalize marijuana. I mean, which I'm all for. I guess I'm kind of all for it. But she also said
he plays it. Woohoo!
Yeah.
She also was anti before that.
Probably not a good idea. Or maybe it is. I don't know. But hey, why did you give me 8 years to realize that for myself, just like you did? Dumb bitch. And 3, I'm sorry, right? But she has performed objectively worse running the country. Inflation is
She's
shit,
VP.
the economy
She's never
is
run the
shit,
country
and the
before.
border is
Yeah.
absolute
He's the
fucking
vice
shit.
president.
Kamala Harris is running for vice presidency,
Oh my
where she
God.
basically dedicated.
Okay, that was a dog whistle and a half.
Oh wait, what happened?
I said she's never run the country before. She's the vice president.
No, it's, Grader, where
Yeah,
did
and
you
also-
dog
Running the
whistle?
country. Inflation is
Go
shit,
back.
the economy is shit, and
Wait.
the border is absolute fucking shit.
Yeah,
Kamala Harris
there.
has just come out.
Yeah.
About what he said about the border.
Like
What do you mean by the border is shit, Grade? Hmm?
He did the thing where he said that the economy is worse because of Biden.
Oh my god.
Does
He's
he
so
not know
stupid.
who the president was 4 years ago, and that we inherit the economy of the previous president?
Yeah, and then there was like, I was talking to my cousin about this just yesterday, that like the inflation because of the pandemic was like so severe that it was like historic, basically.
Yeah.
And
Usually the president's effect on the economy doesn't become noticeable until they're out of office.
Yeah. And I'm just going to get ahead of this because I have a feeling he's going to say this, but corporations lower gas prices for Republicans to make them seem more successful.
Yeah.
True.
Or he even says that, because I just, my sixth sense is telling me he's going to say that.
Out of a vice presidency where she basically dedicated 100% of her time and attention into the border, right? While the border was just one of many plates that Donald Trump was keeping spinning during his presidency. But despite this,
She's
Kamala
VP.
did
Wait,
a
what?
shit job.
She's
Considerably
VP.
shorter. But in fairness,
Oh
right,
my
you do have to
God.
take into consideration that she was not president.
She wasn't
She
even
can't really say that
president.
she's responsible for
Anyone
all the
tell
problems
them
out here,
that
right? That was
immigration is
Joe
good for the
Biden. And
economy?
Kamala does reassure us that
Does
her
he have the
presidency
RFK
will be
brainworm?
I think he's
He's got too many worms.
holy shit.
well, there's several things. There's several things he's inflating, right? Or getting like mixing up, because he's pretending somehow that that Kamala Harris was president or something in a way, like which might be a lot of the reason why Trump won, is because people did the same thing when they went and voted. Is, oh well, you know, she's already in office, and so she must have already been doing all this stuff that we don't like. You know.
Yeah.
Imagine, if you ask me, he's inflating the butt plug in his ass while he thinks
He's-
about Donald Trump.
He's got the pair of anguish.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's the only type of inflation that Grade cares about.
The only type of inflation Grade cares about, Grade A under cares about is the kind that happens on somewhat suspect sites.
Someone needs to take the
Yeah.
stick out of his the stick out of his ass.
No, it's an inflatable butt plug. Didn't you just hear me?
Someone needs to take that that
I
air
know,
hose out of his
I know,
ass.
but still.
Too much oxygen to the brain.
Too
Mhm.
much oxygen to the ass.
Oh no, no.
You need to reload it, or
God damn it.
Like this guy's, yeah, this I don't know how, but like this guy's stupidity is larger than Naga the Serpent's cup
Oh
size.
my God,
Holy
man.
shit.
So like, which lab did they create this chud in?
by the
you
way,
made
when
me-
he said that
you made
flip-flop
me
thing,
very
that was also the same argument against Hillary Clinton. That was the
She can't
exact
really
same
say that
one.
she's responsible for all the problems
Hmm.
out here, right? That was Joe Biden. And Kamala does reassure us that her presidency will be drastically different to his.
I mean, I'm obviously not Joe Biden. Let me be very clear. My presidency will not be a continuation of Joe Biden's presidency.
But confusingly, right, she then says,
Would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
There was a cut
she
there.
can't think of anything that she would do
Not
different.
Wasn't there a cut
Palestine, that's why.
in that?
That he's kind of right on that one.
Mm.
Hmm.
I don't know, we'll never find out, I guess.
The clip
but
was too short.
Well, but I mean, like that one. That she basically did say, like, you know, she can't think of anything she would do differently than Biden. So that
She did say she was going to legalize weed.
well, she in that interview, I mean, she did say that, and that was probably a lot of the reason why she wasn't getting as much popularity as we thought she was.
I know.
So
I also wish she ran a better campaign. Like, that's not what I'm saying. Like, I know she could have done a lot better.
I think it really is that, like, because like Biden and Kamala's administration, and they were doing like a lot of good stuff, but I feel like the main issue is that they weren't communicating that to like the people.
I mean, there's also the issue of mainstream media that was hyper focusing on the flaws of Biden's presidency, which kind of like.
I wish she had
Yeah.
focused more on like lowering the drug prices, because that was one of Biden's like biggest wins, in my opinion, at least. Like insulin used to be like, I don't know, like what was it, like $200 a bottle or some shit, and now you can get it for like $20 or $30. I don't know. I'm not diabetic, so I don't know.
Damn.
But
Yeah, you get
it would be
$30.
like way more expensive, and like Biden set like the price floor or the price ceiling way lower. I don't even think there was a price ceiling before.
Well, how you like in 2016? Because this is basically the same.
Biden's presidency.
Oh man.
Jesus, that's a fucking
Oh,
worrying
man, that
answer,
was
is it not?
funny.
And to add to that,
Yeah,
right?
man.
Not only does she say she wouldn't do anything different.
She said it wouldn't be different in one interview, according to the clip. Like, bro, are you kidding?
Yeah.
Differently, but
I
she
like that you
also
think
told us
from
that
like 2005
This
in
isn't
there.
just- This isn't fucking cherry picking. This is straight up grape picking at this point.
Those, oh my god.
I like
this is
that
him
that
going into the video
thing,
and
like
purposely
that
finding like the
thing.
only ripe grapes to like make the fucking wine.
That thing is from like 2005, by the way. I mean, it might even be older than that, actually.
Yeah. I was probably a year old when that fucking clip it was like first filmed.
that almost all of the disastrous decisions made by the Biden campaign, she deserves full blame for it too.
Our president, I see him every day. A substantial amount of time we spend together is in the Oval Office.
I've been a part of most of the decisions that have had impact.
Aha! Okay, I think I get it now. So it's not so much the case that Kamala's presidency will be a continuation of Joe Biden's, but more that Joe Biden's presidency was a preview of Kamala's. So if you like the direction that America has been going the past 4 years, vote for Kamala!
Yeah. Oh, what the fuck?
Well, that was a
Did
dog
you just imply that it was pro? Wait,
Oh god.
he did not just imply that it was pro-Russia.
What in the world is this?
Oh, it's one of those
And even
ads.
more worryingly,
Oh,
right?
God.
She can't fucking talk. Listen, I've no.
Bro, what do you mean
Yeah,
she
go
can't
back to-
talk?
I mean, she talked pretty well.
I mean,
She was
oh,
nervous
better than
it's the
sometimes.
same lady
Like,
who made the coconut tree meme.
She could have been a lot better about rhetoric. I will say that much, and like talking about the accomplishments that she and Biden had. But that you could also blame the broader Democratic apparatus for that one too.
I mean, yeah.
Notice some patterns
sure.
with Kamala. As
Tired for that thunder.
I'm sure everyone has, right? Whenever she's asked a question in how she answers. Option one is she goes about blaming Trump for her failings.
Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment, the worst epidemic in a century, the worst attack on our democracy. And what we have done is clean up Donald Trump's mess.
Not my fault. Orange man.
Bruh. She made valid arguments, and he's framing it as Orange Man bad, everything is
People
his
just like to
fault.
forget January 6th happened. It's kind of wild to me.
Never forget January.
Yeah, it ain't like he's gonna mention that, by the way.
God.
Yeah.
He probably
We have
thinks it was a
option
good
two,
thing.
right? Which is to completely dodge the question and instead talk about her middle class upbringing.
When it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
I was raised as a middle class kid.
When we talk about bringing
That was a clip chimp, right? That was unfair. There's no way that was all the context of that.
I mean, this is pretty much nothing but clip chimps, to be fair. Like it would have a really hard
like
video if he didn't do that.
It's not even like he's not even like, well, and to be fair, right? You know, the Trump did January 6th. Like he's not even going to do that. Like he will not do that.
Of course not. He's pro J6. I'm just gonna die on that hill. He's pro J6.
Yeah. He's either Project 6 or like adjacent to it.
Yeah.
And to be fair,
He's gonna be
he's not
like-
even going to
he's
do
gonna be
like
one
to
of
be
those
fair.
people-
Like
Hang on,
Trump did
hang on,
say
sorry, I just want to say real quick is that he's probably gonna be like one of those people who will be like January 6th was not an insurrection, it was a protest. The people were just angry
Oh my
about
God.
how bad things are.
Anyway, what was I
He's
gonna
gonna
say?
he's gonna do that.
Oh yeah, that clip of Kamala Harris that was like so the make her look like she dodged a question that was so clearly edited. The edits in those YouTube poops looked more natural than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just go
Penis
on very
prayer.
arts level and find some good
Penis prayer.
YGBs.
Penis Prager.
Yeah, rest in piss, penis Prager. You will not be missed.
I don't know.
Yeah, by the way, Dennis Prager died recently.
Can't believe it.
Nothing of value was lost.
Specific things you have in mind for that.
I grew up a middle-class kid.
What's your message to Michigan voters in terms of the economy? The average person can't afford groceries or their rent.
I come from the middle class.
Like anyone
That
can.
was so edited.
She's bringing it up as a
Oh my God.
preface.
You literally cut it off right in the middle of the sentence or the word.
It's just how normal people talk. You preface and then you explain. Like,
Yeah.
duh. Oh my god.
This guy's too autistic
And
to understand
option
how
3,
normal
right,
people
is
talk.
to say words
Yeah.
that don't actually
Yeah.
say fucking
Aren't
anything.
most of
Like,
us
listen to this,
autistic?
right, and see if you can
Yeah, but
understand.
somehow
what
we're
the
not
fuck-
that autistic.
What words do have? Oh no. Let's see.
What's going on?
Apparently, the word thing she's about to say don't have any meaning.
This
Let's
word
find
salad
out.
means.
I don't know.
Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
Fucking nonsense. And she also gives
What? That was just wordy.
Yeah.
Bro, he was just not paying enough attention to actually understand what she said.
His brain's too rotted. That's too many words.
Yo.
This guy was a math
Yeah.
teacher, by the way, and
Oh my
also
God.
I refuse to
that
believe
means
you.
that-
I refuse to believe he's Gowry smarter than this guy. I'm sure. Eh?
no,
Yeah.
because like I know.
Ford Gowry is smarter than him.
There's
math
some
is
pretty
the only
dumbass
thing he was
teachers
good at.
out there, believe it or not.
Well, yeah, there are a lot of them, but you know he was a math teacher, and he did talk about like his time in
Hello?
college. This would be like if he read an academic paper and was like, "This is too wordy." They're obviously saying words that don't mean anything.
He's just being disingenuous. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Damn.
No, I like
Actually, he
that.
did make a video about that. He did make a video about that.
He is so. I like to think he is so stupid that he can't read too many words or his brain overheats. He uses up too many resources and the computer needs to shut down. Eh?
absolutely empty.
Yeah, it's
Nothing
like
answers. that give no
GradeAUnderA.exe
information
has stopped working.
Yeah, like I said, I think Gowry's smarter than him. Eh?
You know, one of those things that I noticed
And
that
not
I
only
noticed.
Gowry from Slayer's Evolution and
Gowry is
and
smarter than
everyone
because
was
Gowry isn't a
first
bigot.
working.
One of those
Yeah.
things that one of the things I just noticed, and I probably shouldn't be saying this because it seems kind of mean, but like look at a lot of people were talking about Hillary Clinton's teeth back then, and Kamala Harris's teeth do look very similar, and so that leads me to believe that alone could have been something that Republicans have been talking about.
Oh, do you think he's jealous of her
I
teeth?
heard about that once. It's like, maybe.
You what?
Yeah, he is British.
He's he's jealous of the teeth.
He hasn't
Yeah.
said it yet, but I'm just saying that, like, you know, if I was a conservative, I would be pointing that out because Hillary Clinton, like, people were saying stuff about Hillary Clinton's smile back then.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it was mostly about her being like a criminal and butter emails and all
Alright.
that, you know.
Do you know?
What
What,
even
can
was-
you guys guess what clip he's gonna use for this?
I'm just waiting for him to use the coconut tree clip.
Yeah, me
whatsoever.
too,
But for
honestly.
some reason, right, people accept them. Like, just listen to the answer she gives, right, when she's asked about specifics on fixing the border.
And part of what we need to do is always prioritize what we need to do to strengthen our border.
Part of what we need to do is prioritize what we need to do. Now, fucking hell, tell me you don't know how to fix
Yeah,
the
oh
border
yeah.
without...
Oh yeah, but you're back to the guy who said I have the concept of a plan. Eh?
True.
Yeah.
Also, it seemed like there was more to that clip anyway.
I have a concept of a plan.
Laughing Kamala. This is the most substantive critique I have of her, Laughing Kamala.
I have a concept of a plan.
But you guys, that he has a video where he roasts Trump too.
Oh yeah.
Except he
guys.
doesn't.
I'm sure he's not glazing Trump's pinky dick.
Black, I mean, make up your mind.
me. Now, seriously, right? I don't understand how these kind of horseshit, empty, nothing answers are allowed by anyone. Because no one else is allowed to do that anywhere else in the world, ever. Are they? Like imagine doing
Trump.
that in a maths exam back in school. Like, open up your exam and it'll ask you, find the
What'd
values
you
of
say?
X and...
I just said that Trump lies. Like, he's saying that Kamala Harris is lying. He does that like 50 times or 500 times more and gets away with it. So, like, you know.
Also, is he bringing up math
Yeah,
just
he
because
has
it's the
Trump's
only thing he's good
ball
at?
in his throat, so it's a little bit too difficult for him to understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
I mean, like, literally everything Trump says is a lie. Like, basically everything at this point.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs.
I've got a
Like,
conception
if
of a
Trump opens
man.
his mouth and says something, you can assume it's a lie, unless it's about something
Wow.
he says he's going to do during its campaign, and you better hope he's lying about that. I'll just say that.
I did everything right, and they indicted me.
Bruh.
The fucking nerve
All right,
to write
this is-
down, I grew up in a middle-class family, where a large importance was placed on finding values of X, Y, and many other letters. To find the values of X and Y, I would carry out the mathematical calculations needed to find the values of X and Y, and I would then write the values here.
Oh yeah, Donald Trump.
We get
yeah.
it. You're
Once
good at
again,
maths.
it's just the Donald Trump. I have a concept of a plan.
Jesus.
I have a
Yeah.
concept of a plan. Holy shit, that's even more of a nothing than... That's an actual nothing of a sentence. I have a concept of a plan.
Yeah, because at least with like Kamala saying that she grew up in a middle class household, at least that one's actually true.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What
And
the
it's also
fuck
just
does it
something
mean you have a
people say.
concept of a plan, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like a plan and a concept are like the same fucking thing.
I have a concept of a concept.
I have a design concept of this idea of a plan.
That's him. That's literally him.
You know what? If that's his response, I think our democracy's safe.
Oh,
The concept of Stormy Daniels' ass.
I think the democracy's safe if they don't even have a fucking plan on how they're gonna overthrow it.
Bro has
Yeah.
a concept
that's-
of a dick.
You don't have to worry there.
I mean, if Trump lies about everything else, if he's saying that he's going to, do the tariffs, I guess he won't then. So maybe we should rely on that.
Thank you. That wouldn't fucking fly, would it? Exactly. So why do we let someone running for president pass with shit like this? And the worst one, right, was when she was giving the speech and her teleprompter glitched out, right? And as a result, so did she. She just stood there awkwardly for what felt like an
yeah, because
eternity.
Trump never has teleprompters, and it's her fault for that accident.
Trump also never stood around and wandered aimlessly at the rally. You remember when that happened? Like when he was like for like 15 minutes, just like completely.
Every rally ever that he's done.
Yeah,
No, I
wasn't
mean
there a
this
rally?
literally happened. I'm not joking. Like he literally was like he stepped away from the teleprompter, all confused, and then just stood there for like 15 minutes
Yo,
saying
he has the
nothing.
brain
Mitch
worm.
McConnell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not
He
real
has the
humans.
worm.
They're androids.
Mitch
Yeah,
McConnell
the
is
sense.
eternal,
They came
to be
from
fair.
the Institute.
Guys,
It's our
I think
duty as
lizard
the
people
Brotherhood
are
to
real,
wipe them
and
out.
they're the Republicans.
True.
But people were
Yeah.
unironically saying that about Bush,
McConnell is
though.
a turtle
Uh,
person. Come on.
It was a rally in Ohio, right? Where like the wind took out the teleprompter and he spent like several long minutes rambling on and people started leaving because he had no riz.
Oh my god, I
Yeah,
just can
bro,
imagine
no
Donald Trump's
riz.
insane fucking rants. Isn't that where he said he could just order someone to be shot and no one would care?
Yeah, probably.
And
probably
given
was.
all that, no, but like given all that stuff about Trump literally has no riz. How the fuck did he win? Like seriously, he did like the worst job he possibly could have.
Because
You
he's
know?
loud and he's American.
America than it does about Trump.
It's because of a woman. It's because the reason because Kamala Harris was a woman and women have a hard time running for president because they kind of project their voice
And
the
she's
same
a
way a
woman.
man does. It makes them sound to a normie like a bitch.
Hmm.
You don't
And
speak
to a woman of
for all.
color as well.
Where like like to a normie, that's how they sound when they're like projecting their voice the same way.
Yeah.
Mm. To me, that just sounds like the people just have mommy issues.
Yeah.
right? Saying nothing of substance at all, just repeating the words.
32 days. 32 days. Okay, we got some business to do. We got some business to do.
These are edited
All right.
clips. They're cutting out. He's cutting shit out in
32
between it.
days.
Like a broken record.
Yeah.
And imagine her
Really,
negotiating
the
with
only way
other
his
world leaders,
points
right?
if you clip Jim's
Oh
shit.
my god, the dog whistling. Holy shit.
No way he called her a broken record when he is riding Trump's dick.
She would be fucking hopeless. Like, it definitely gives the impression that unless she's told what's being discussed beforehand so she can plan what to say,
gonna talk
or
about
unless
Trump
she's told what
eventually?
to say directly, she doesn't know what the fuck to say. Not presidential material at all. But I want to end with a little theory that I have about Kamala's supporters
Yeah, pause
specifically,
real
right?
quick.
And that's that everyone who votes for her isn't actually
Hey,
voting
hey.
for her. They're just voting against Trump.
Yeah.
So much so that they vote for
Oh, they're
anyone
rip-
or
Yeah, they are.
anything to be president.
Yeah,
no
we
matter
are. We
how
would
much
like
of a
someone
lie.
better as president, but we're not going to get one. What do we do? Vote third party?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking right. We have to vote. We have to vote for the best. We have to get normies to vote Democrat or Republican because we're not going to vote third party.
Support ranked choice voting if you really mean that shit.
Mm-hmm.
We will vote. Yeah, like we're voting against fascism. Like, what do you want? You know, like.
Yeah.
And granted too, like Kamala Harris, while not perfect, she was pretty good for an anti-fascist candidate. I've got to say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Flip-flopping, malfunctioning retard of a candidate they are, just so long as it isn't Trump. Because they've been conditioned
so
to hate
edgy, I used the
him
word
and believe that he's a bad person by the
he's
divine.
so edgy. He's brave enough. He thinks he's edgy enough to say retard, but not edgy enough to actually properly say it without censoring it.
Are you triggered? I said retard.
He's such a such a fucking coward. Just uncensor it. Say it. You know what? Say something
Just
hard. Say the
uncensor
N-word. Call us the
No, because
N-word, bro.
No, because like he's
Yeah,
saying,
just say
look at the
fucking
bottom of the screen, like breaking news.
Yeah, Trump and Hitler.
The media
have
wasn't even
fucking
hard
DNA.
enough. The media didn't even. The media barely mentioned Project 2025, like basically ever. And people are saying, well, the media was so hard on Trump. Like, no, it wasn't. It was like arguably, it was like really tame towards Trump. You know.
All they talked about was Biden having brainworms or whatever.
Yeah, or being a fucking genocide enabler,
Yeah.
which isn't
Yeah.
true. Like if
as
like people actually did more than like
We
5
can't
minutes
just we
of
can't
research.
fully pull our support for Palestine because then what's going to happen is Russia's going to start supporting. I mean, pull our support from Israel because then what's going to happen is Russia's going to start supporting Israel, and the genocide's still going to continue.
Yeah.
At least if we're supporting them, we can keep them on a bit of a leash. At least that's the argument. That's an argument I've heard. I might also be misremembering some parts of that argument.
No, I think you're right.
Because they never mention her amazing policies that they're super excited about. Do you know what I mean? Because let's be honest, right? There are no policies at all, let alone amazing ones from Kamala.
Today, we're trying to find out from the
I mean,
attendees what
legalize
Kamala
weed.
Harris's greatest accomplishment has been as VP.
Yeah,
fuck.
that's basic.
Dude,
Oh
the
yeah,
fact that
give
that
more
did not
power
win her
to
the vote.
workers' unions.
The fact that didn't win her the vote, that whole marijuana thing, genuinely surprises me.
Workhorse with
Like, I
unmatched
really,
power from the '1.
It's been a VP.
Like that
Because like I really believed, I like really believed, because like any candidate who says I want to legalize weed nationwide, like that there are a lot of Republican states where the broader opinion, even among Republicans, is we should legalize marijuana.
Yeah,
That's why Montana legalized it.
Weed. A lot of Republicans I know smoke weed.
Yeah, so that
it's not really
they hated her so much.
Or it's not really
Either they hated her so much that they weren't going to vote for her even so, or they never heard about that because the media never reported it, because the media very much did not.
Really bad at
I'll be right back. You talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, the Democrats are really
I'm gonna
bad
go
at
get a drink.
their accomplishments.
Yeah, well, it's not just that. The media, like, like he was just saying, well, the media was all against Trump. No, the media was like failing to report a lot of the good things about Kamala Harris. They were failing to report most of the most horrific stuff about Trump. In fact, a lot of times the media that was supposed to be liberal media, you know, or traditionally was being incredibly tame towards Trump, sometimes even praising him for some things, you know?
Hasn't
And-
CNN been like leaning right more?
Yes.
Hmm.
And honestly, I think that might be a lot of the reason why we went Republican this time, is because the media was too tame.
Mainstream, what you have to understand is that like the mainstream news networks are still corporations at the end of the day. So,
of course.
you know,
Yeah, and
generally
in all honesty,
support-
we really shouldn't have like we probably should not really have politically biased news in the first place. But like, this is America, so we're
I
gonna
don't really
have.
know how you would eliminate politically biased news. You just kind of have to keep it in mind as you watch it. But we don't have a educated enough populace for that kind of critical thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly.
I mean, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure statistically most people just look at headlines.
I think what we need in the education system is promoting engaging in politics at an earlier age.
Well, media literacy and digital literacy definitely need to be required, I think, in the school system.
Yeah.
Like, when I was
they like made us learn like what was an acceptable source, like what was a reliable source that you could actually trust and use in like a paper. And like I don't know if they're still doing that or if they weren't doing it for like the Gen Xers and the boomers. But like they need to really hammer that home. Like
well, they
No, 'cause,
do it
like,
where I am. Yeah.
like judge a source.
I'll say this about the news being politically biased, because like when I was a kid and I learned that like each news network had its own political spin, I was like, why? Like, shouldn't they be neutral? Like, aren't they supposed to be reporting on news? And it's like, well, this is America.
Hello?
You know, honestly, we should feel a little bit lucky that we live in the age that we do now, because I'm going to tell you this, like if you live in like a rural area, especially in the South, and you go back and look at the local newspapers at like 100 years ago, some of them were straight up like white nationalist newspapers.
Oh, of course,
You
I can
know?
imagine.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that was the standard.
Like they would talk about like Klan wins. I'm not even joking.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Clan W.
Clan
Everyone fears the Klan.
KKK had one of the presidents.
Everyone fears the KKK, but they never fear is the KKK clan.
Yeah.
The Ku Klux Klan clan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's the really that one's giga racist.
Racist.
Yeah, because they would literally say like,
don't worry, the KKK
there
clan,
were
they love black people.
They
really love them, especially
The
the
KKK clan is so racist. They say slurs no one except them have heard of.
There were like local newspapers in like Appalachia that were basically just like, you know, this presidential win was a win for the white race. Like they would just straight up say that, you know.
I mean, makes sense for the time, I guess.
Yeah. Do you think the KKK clan is so racist they think people who don't live in their local town, their own town, are not white? They're giga racist. That's how racist they are. If you don't come from this specific town in, like, I don't know, Louisiana, you're not white.
Damn. Yeah, that's my headcanon for sure.
Yeah. They say slurs we've never heard of.
They have their own language.
Because the N-word's too hard for them. I mean, it's too soft for them.
Are they at least more creative? Are they at least more creative than the stuff 4chan comes up with? Because all they do is they just attach words to already existing slurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in my head, in my brain, they're more creative than 4chan, and my brain is canon. So yeah.
You're actually the godhead.
Yeah, I'm the godhead.
You're the godhead
Oh my
from
God.
the Elder Scrolls.
Oh, I just realized something. GradeAUnderA is about to like. GradeAUnderA is about to like ridicule Kamala Harris, some supposedly crazy Kamala Harris supporter at a rally, without taking into account any of the Trump rallies, like any of them, like how crazy they are. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't say anything right now. Give me a second.
I don't know.
She's. I don't know.
Because they
These
don't
are
like
the most
Trump. Like I saw a video the other day from WWE wrestler Mick Foley
It's so
saying,
cherry.
vote for
He's the
Kamala,
amount,
but he
with the
didn't.
amount of cherry picking he's doing, he can make himself an entire pie. Eh?
Yeah.
Those man on the street interviews are always already like rigged before you even see them. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, no, all of them are pretty much flipped.
He's cherry picking from
even
the
on the
cherry
left,
picked cherries
that
already,
too, like,
basically.
everyone
Yeah.
does that.
I mean, like think about
he's already
because
cherry
people-
picked so many trees that they're basically all bare at this point.
People always want to say this about like liberal or left wing rallies about like how people people just don't know what to say, but like that's just like anxiety. Like I kind of get that, and especially after you've had a long day of like screaming and shouting and stuff like that, and running around and holding up signs and stuff like that, and being out in the hot weather, like in places like Phoenix. Like I feel like I might be a little bit less all there. You know what I mean? After a while,
like you're just doing whatever, and then some guy with a cameraman comes up with a microphone and starts asking you questions. Like you kind of get like, oh shit, like what do I do?
Yeah.
Normally people in that situation would have two reactions. Either they get very nervous and they don't, and they
Like,
end
I
up
think a lot of
stuttering, or they
people
just like tell the
underestimate-
guy with the mic just to fuck off.
Yeah, I think a lot of people underestimate like media training, which like the person holding the microphone usually has, or at least has experience doing interviews. Whereas the person being interviewed is usually just some rando that's never like been on camera before.
because like and at Trump rallies, why this doesn't happen is because the people there are brazen and insane, and they'll say brazen and insane shit. So
to make sure it was working.
I understand.
I like how we turned this 16-minute video into an hour-long one.
He didn't spend the video talking about how good Kamala is, right?
Yeah.
In fact,
We
he
are
didn't
examining
spend
our
a
polls.
single second doing so. Not 1 second. Probably because there's nothing to say. The entire video was literally...
Enough's enough. Donald Trump is such an obvious con man. There's absolutely nothing fun about this man. I was thinking about calling you a douchebag, only out.
Good, look, a funny clip, guys, to definitely make my point.
Yeah, he spit and let him cook.
Yeah.
Himself. I claim he's screwing over the working man.
Let Robert
He
De Niro
lies almost
cook.
every time he opens his mouth.
I.e. because
Robert
she
De Niro.
isn't Trump. Which isn't exactly a good thing either.
No, that's
But in
amazing.
my opinion, right, this is a
Wasn't
bit of a
this
piss
supposed to
poor
be a
reason
critique
to
of
vote
both
for a candidate.
sides?
What'd you say?
Didn't he say that? Didn't he say in the beginning this was supposed to be a critique of both sides?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it won't be.
Yeah, that was black.
The quote, the like gestures he was doing to the different presidents that were meant to be like making fun of him. One of them was like the playful, was like some playful bunny ears, and the other was the middle finger for Kamala.
Yeah, so basically what he's doing, and I'll kind of explain, because he did this in 2016 too, is he'll make two videos. One of them is going to be roasting the Democrat candidate, and one of them is going to be roasting the Republican candidate. And spoilers, okay, I'm going to spoil this for you ahead of time, but the video that's supposed to be roasting Trump, he admits is not actually roasting Trump at all. Like, he's basically just dick riding Trump in that video
Oh my
where he's
God.
supposed to be criticizing him as a both sides thing. So he doesn't.
All right.
You'll see.
Because you don't like the other candidate. And I hate this, right? Because one, people who do this often have their minds made up already and have political tunnel vision and will ignore all the good points of the other candidate and ignore all the bad points of their own. So there's a big double standard there.
People pick
Sounds like
a
what
fucking
he's
team,
doing.
and then whatever that
Oh,
team
Joe Rogan,
says,
a
they
bastion
can
of
do no
intelligence.
harm, and it overpowers all discussions.
And two, because
I
when you
miss
do
when
this
people
right, it
interview
then
Paul
becomes
Mike,
less
though.
about who has the better policies and more about who seems and can come across as the better person. And that's when you really see the fakeness come out. Like one of the big ones that Kamala likes to do, right, is
That had
"Oh my
nothing
God,
to
he
do
says
with why
mean
Trump
things.
won.
Someone with a dirty mouth like that shouldn't be the president."
Kamala Harris, we can't stand you. You're a Vice President. I have to ask you about your opponent. He used a very ugly term, using the S word.
It demeans the office. Donald Trump should never again stand behind the seal of the President of the United States.
To stand again behind the seal of the President of the United States? No one standing behind the seal of the President of the United States.
What the fuck?
He's acting as if like that's the
break.
only
Like, okay, bro,
reason
you
why
fucked
she's
the
saying
economy,
that.
you fucked inflation, you fucked the border, not to mention everyone's lives, right? And you don't have any results to show whatsoever, but you put on a better act of being presidential, so people should vote for you over the guy who has undeniable results, yeah? You cannot be serious. When that's the best that you
He doesn't have undeniable results.
Yeah, he has undeniable. He does have undeniable results. Those results are just really dog shit.
Yeah. Like a pandemic came up and he handled that in like basically the worst way possible.
Yeah.
You know?
Those are some results.
I mean, let's not forget his plan to defund public schools that require vaccines.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also in Project 2025, isn't there like a plan to like abolish the Department of Education?
I'm not sure. I think so.
Yeah.
By the way,
there is.
how many times do you think
going to bring plague upon our houses?
how many times do you think that GradeAUnderA is going to mention Project 2025?
No, never.
0. 404 error. That's gonna be how many? Storage not found.
And also,
maybe
she will
the
say that Donald
concept
Trump's
of
mean
Project
words and attacking language is so bad, right?
Your opponent. He used the S word.
It demeans the office.
But the people she's affiliated with,
He's prancing and dancing around like a dipshit. The only garbage I see
Oh.
there is his supporters.
Spitting
He's not
fire.
calling Trump supporters garbage.
Well, he has no place to make fun of Tim Walz. I mean, come on.
What I call the basket of
Hey, that's one thing that like
has been
that
criticized
Biden
for
has.
embellishing or telling outright falsehoods about his military.
Unlike Trump, Biden actually has the sauce.
While in office or while running.
actually a whole lot better, are they? And hold up, right? What was that?
Wait. Go back to that. Go back to that. Go back to that little slide he made about, that. Okay, so let me say something about this because Trump literally said that the military is losers, right? Or what was the other word he used? Losers and what? I can't remember.
Were losers too, and people who got injured, you know.
But he said that he didn't say that. He said losers and something else. Does anybody remember?
Losers and suckers, something like that.
Losers and suckers. That's it. He said they were.
Oh.
He literally said that the military is losers and suckers. And Tim Walz, I can't even remember what he said. I don't know that he would say anything bad about the military. So.
No, he's
losers.
I mean, he's mocked disabled people. He's also
says mean words to literally tens of millions of Americans. So
Trump said when they called nephew should just die, like his own.
When they called millions of Americans, when they called Trump supporters deplorable, that's because they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also Trump said the enemy within in reference to the American people. How is that also not tens of millions of
Donald
Americans?
Trump explicitly said he was gonna sick the National Guard on us. On the American
supporters aren't losing the family members for no reason.
This dude,
like they're
I swear to
being cut
God,
out
how
because
can
they're shitty.
I want to say something? How the hell can like Grade here sit here and like try and call like I don't know the people like Biden and like the Democrat like office as being like a bunch of assholes saying like hardcore insults out and try and put Trump on. Meanwhile, like conveniently avoiding all of the things Trump says about like the military and like American like people.
Yeah.
And saying a bunch of like pathetic insults that even Lena Inverse would say are too petty.
Yeah,
Well-
Lena Inverse and Martina have the insults that Donald Trump is saying are petty for even a fight between like Lena and Martina or some shit.
Or because his face is in between Trump's ass cheeks right now.
God damn, holy shit, like I said, I don't recall Biden ever saying he was gonna sick the fucking Marines on the American citizens.
Yeah, because he wouldn't.
What I just put in the chat there.
I'm correct, Donald Trump did do that at one point, right?
Oh on July 18th, 2015, then candidate Donald Trump said this about John McCain.
Captured. I like people who weren't captured. I was never a fan
Oh
of
yeah,
John
he said that
McCain.
about like
I never will be. Yeah, people just forget that shit.
All right, let's continue.
A whole lot better, are they? And hold up, right? What was that she said about Donald Trump's language again?
It demeans the office.
Right, but having the singer who sang Wet Ass Pussy twerking at a family political event, that doesn't demean the office at all, does it?
But
Great
did she
logic.
sing that song specifically?
It's just mad that he's never seen a
Today,
What
I
Ass
got
Pussy
my
before.
RTA Mark system
I mean,
and
he didn't even
Coyote
endorse it.
appliances.
Alright, bro's just mad that he's never seen
Seriously,
a What
right?
Ass
You
Pussy
have to get your
before.
emotions out of your voting. Like, this is not Tinder you're on, right? You don't have to.
Oh, there it is! There it is!
Oh my god. There it is.
Alright, I gotta scratch those off.
Oh yeah.
Are there any others I need to scratch off?
He used Big Red, and he used the other chick with the glasses.
Alright, so Galaxy
Oh my god,
and
I'm
me.
so right.
Yeah, you
Okay,
called it,
let's
man.
see. Let's see. Did he include any? He didn't
Holy
include.
shit, we
Okay,
are so bad.
he didn't include
are
any of
so
these
bad,
other
bro.
things yet. So we'll see.
For someone
Yeah,
who says
let's-
that you shouldn't put emotion into voting, he sounds pretty fucking angry.
Yeah.
He literally
Oh my
used
God.
Big Red and the girl with the glasses again.
Oh my
Holy
god.
shit, he's stuck in
It is-
2016 forever.
It is 2024, my guy.
is.
Come on.
It has been how many? It has been almost 10 years.
It's been 8 years, and he's
Why is he
still
using
stuck
that
in that
picture
time
of Trump? He should use like the prison photo at least. I don't know. like- Honestly, that would make Trump look better. Look at his mong.
It wasn't better with him as president. He literally like shut down the government like a million times
Yeah.
and did a Muslim ban and tried to build a wall and didn't finish it. Like what?
Yeah, and every time an economic advisor would tell him not to do that, he would just fire them.
He encouraged a whole ass insurrection. People died, bro. What the
He was
fuck?
firing cabinet members left and right. I don't know if any of his recent cabinet picks are going to have much longevity in their
Yeah.
offices.
I don't know why we're concerned about Project 2025. They seem too incompetent to actually enact it.
No, you're right. No, actually, you have a good point. You have a good point right there.
That implies they're
That's
competent
true.
to
Maybe
actually
that'll be the
pull
best.
that kind of thing
I have a feeling
off.
that, like, considering how incompetent they are.
Because that's
Yeah.
really complicated to do, especially if they want to go more full, like, fascism, it's going to be really hard to fucking undo the Constitution. At least to do
Yeah,
significant damage.
At least you can say that Hitler had some intelligence, but you can't really say that about Trump and his cronies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The 22nd Amendment stays
Hell,
strong.
Even Stalin was like more educated.
At least they had the organization skills to plan a genocide. I don't think Donald Trump could even get. Donald Trump has a concept of a plan, eh?
He has a concept of a genocide.
Yeah. He has a
Yeah.
design of a
He has
concept
the
of
concept of a final
idea of a
solution.
plan, eh? For a genocide.
I mean, he did
Yeah,
say
he's
he
not even-
wants Hitler's generals.
He's not even like addressing He's not even addressing actual arguments like that we make on the left. Like he's not addressing any of them. He's just cherry picking some random shit. You know?
Because he doesn't need to do that. He just needs to feed the slop to his writing viewers.
Yeah.
Who are probably
Unlike him, don't just watch this junk food content. Go watch some other go watch someone else as well who can give you actual fucking information, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
like,
just
go
we're
watch, like,
just here to
Dave
meme and
Bond
have a good time
He's got
because
really
people on the
good
left deserve some fun, you know.
Yeah. We deserve
Yeah.
junk food
I mean,
content
hell.
every once in a while.
We will create
Yeah.
slop.
Yeah.
Slop to fight the slop.
The other person.
Slop on
You go
slop,
into the
Ivan.
voting booths and cast your ballot for who you think can do a better job of running the country. With all due respect, right? It's not about who you like. And you have an interesting election in 2024, right? Because both candidates have had a go running the country, and literally no one agrees that Kamala's
Bro.
administration should get a better
ran,
job. But somehow, there are still millions of people who want to vote for this zero accomplishment lady who wasn't even democratically chosen to be the Democratic
Whoa.
nominee. That's pretty crazy and concerning, to be honest. But I'll end on this, right? The tribal mindset that people have when voting, in my opinion, right, needs to fucking stop. Listen, everyone should essentially go into every election being politically homeless, having zero.
Dude, this is such a fucking misnomer, man. Go back to that other one.
And what they've done in the past whatsoever. Go into every election.
Okay, so look, okay, this doesn't happen. You just have the MAGA people doing that pretty much. Nobody's out there like screaming at the top of their lungs like, you know, it just isn't the same.
Yeah,
it never was.
People
always
the Democrat Party is a fucking stepping stone for us because we know we can't like get like full socialism in immediately.
The last time I ever described myself as politically homeless was when the Republicans started acting batshit fucking crazy, and I realized the right was insane.
Yeah.
That was the last time I felt politically homeless.
Same. Same.
You know, I'm glad I wasn't really chuddy as like a kid because never once did I think Donald Trump was a good person. I knew he was a shitty, horrible person.
I didn't think he was a good person.
Even when I was a child, I didn't like Trump that much. But
I didn't think any politicians were good people.
I knew Donald Trump was a bad person.
Like, oh.
I knew he was racist. I knew why he wanted to build that wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the argument that some conservatives back then made is like, well, you know, we don't like Trump as a person, but we think his policies are better or something like that.
That's the argument they're still making today, honestly. Nobody really
back then. Yeah, because like back then they were at least pretending to be.
They'll dredge up any shit for Biden to say you shouldn't vote for him based on what he is as a person.
Well, I just think that this is disingenuous.
Yeah.
Having zero care whatsoever for who's a Democrat or who's a Republican, right? Just looking at the candidates and what they've done in the past and their policies and not which political party they belong to. Because I'm sorry, right? Let's be honest. If Kamala was a Republican, literally no one who is currently voting for her would have voted for her. Not a single
I disagree.
one besides her parents. Maybe.
They would.
Listen, right?
They would.
Yeah, I think they would though. Like, I think that Republicans. I mean, people do say that people would never vote for a woman, but like, I feel like a lot of Republicans would vote for MTG. I'm not gonna lie.
For sure.
I mean, they do. A lot of Republicans in her district do vote for her. That's how she gets elected.
Yeah, if she was in the presidency, like they would. I think that we have a pretty good chance of going red.
Mm-hmm.
Sure that you
again.
your mind made up for.
No, I just posted something that kind of backs up what I said. That Republicans don't actually like Trump. And by the way, you can show this guy's name because he is a public figure. He's in Nevada legislature.
All right.
So like, he is a public figure.
I'll just leave it up on screen. I'm not exactly in the state to read it right now.
Oh yeah, no, totally. Just letting you know it's there.
All right. I think I'm gonna break up these two. I'm gonna have to pause the stop the recording, and then restart it after this video. Because
whether it's by your family members or the mainstream media, stupid shit like party loyalty or anything else, it's something that we all have to look out for. So make sure you aren't guilty of it yourself. But whatever happens, right, and whoever wins, I wish the best for America and everyone living there. Listen, but I do have to say, right, what Kamala lacks in policies, my God, man, does she make up for it with celebrities? Mate, who needs
that
policies
argument again.
when you have famous people? Like, oh, Kamala, what's your tax plan? Mate, who cares what her tax plan is? Look at Beyonce. And listen, right, it's customary to end these kind of roast-type things with a few good words about the person you roasted. She also has a really cute laugh.
I don't think anyone was ever claiming that. I think this is shit he's made up.
That no one can deny, right, is her endless dedication to making America healthy again by force-feeding everyone her nutritious as fuck word salads. Best of luck to all the Kamala voters in 2024. Hopefully you gotta use it. And by the way, right, if you're mad at anything I said in this video, don't be mad at me, be mad at Kamala. Because I'm pretty sure I haven't lied about anything, right? And besides, shut up, innit? It's just comedy.
Oh,
and
you
also, right, Trump's
shut up, you fucking snowflakes.
It's just comedy.
This whole video has been us just tearing down all of his lies, essentially.
Yeah.
How many views did this get? Let me see.
All right, let's see.
Didn't this come out before the election?
I got a question. If I dislike a video, will it mean I won't be getting this channel recommended to me later?
Okay, so I'm gonna guess that like maybe half of those were Americans, and then maybe like 80% of those ended up voting for Trump. So that's like 300,000 extra Trump voters, you know, because of him. So I don't know that the just comedy argument really holds up.
That isn't a very good like to dislike to view ratio.
Oh well, okay then. Maybe you're right.
Yeah,
maybe you're right.
It's got 738,000 views, but only 50K likes.
Yeah.
One of the top comments.
Also, did you catch the frame where it clearly said "my boy Trump"? Like,
lied about
like
anything,
you can
and
tell.
besides, shut up in it. It's just comedy. And also,
what'd you say?
Trump's gonna get it. No, he's not.
Wait, what are the top comments? I want to see.
All right, let's read them.
He in fact did not get to the next video before Tuesday.
Gonna convince myself this video led to Trump winning last night. Modern politics. It's not about who you like. It's about who you don't like. She keeps bringing up the past. I like how Kamala's dad is literally named Donald J. Harris. Is that true?
I don't know. Doesn't really matter.
I didn't even know that. To be honest, that's pretty
JD
funny. If
Vance
that's
wants
true.
you to doesn't want you to know that JD stands for Jorkin de Penis.
Wait, let me look that up.
JD Jorkin to dick.
Jorkin de Penis.
He doesn't know how to jork his peanuts. That's why he's
No,
fucking
he
Jorkin de Penis.
Okay, wait. Donald J. Harris.
Oh, so is that real?
Oh, is this one of those like?
Yeah, it is real. It is real. His name is Donald. His name is Donald John Harris. No, I'm kidding. His name is Donald Jasper Harris.
I'm so fucking sick of people of this. The biggest problem with politics is we treat candidates like sports teams. I used to fucking think like this. God, I was so fucking stupid.
Well, I mean, we do. It's just that it's mostly the Republicans who do that. So.
Yeah.
Wow,
I feel like this whole like celebritization of politics needs.
I'm gonna cut this out.
At least this one guy is right. You have to laugh or else you'll end up crying.
Hold on,
And one of them.
I'm actually gonna pause this video because I'm about to fucking Fed post.